Graham.
Yes?
There comes a time when a man has to step up to the plate. When you have to be all you can be. It's time for you to improve yourself. To become a real man. To become what you were destined to become. Are you ready, Graham?
I'm not ready. I'm not.
That's it.
Take
it.
No.
Take it. Take it all. Every last bit.
It's so big.
Oh. Ah.
Hello. Welcome to Trigger Warning. This is the nice part of the show before we roll the credits, where I say nice things to you in a slightly warmer manner than I'm going to in the next hour, because secretly I love and need you. Hit that shit.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake. Triggerwarning.tv.
I didn't think I'd make it back to the chair in time. Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. Graham has become the manliest of men. I'm sure you will agree. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Tonight, we're going to talk about, even though we covered it extensively in the podcast, we're going to talk about, sorry, I had to run at least 10 yards in two directions. I'm very fat. It's hard for me. About Tommy Robinson and his kerfuffles. We're also going to talk about freedom of speech and exactly what the fuck is going on in the UK and Europe and elsewhere. All that coming up. You can, of course, get in touch with us. It's live at triggerwarning.tv if you'd like to send an email, or you can tweet us at triggeredtv. I'm joined by my people in Troll Central. I am out of breath. I've been running around like a fucking idiot. I was running around before the show, trying to get everything finished before that, and then running here. Jesus. Joined by my folks in Troll Central. Travis 1991 showing off your new tech. Yeah, but it's wrapped up in cling film with like nappy rash ointment and shit on it at the minute. So there we go. Just 1988 says vote UKIP. Why, you'll be the only one. Zug wants to talk about pterodactyls. We've got Spying Dutchman in there. I think I saw Last Dance. Good to see you, sir. Always nice to see you. And I'll give some shout-outs to whoever else pops up. Mark Wilde as well. Hello. Right. We're also joined by folks on the Book of Face. How lovely for you to join us on that beautiful, open and honest platform. And also on triggerwarning.tv/live, where there is a chat room. I don't know if anyone's in there. You got to log in now. We don't have the anonymous thing at the moment. But if you're watching on there, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, let's go over to the boys. How you feeling, Graham?
Good, man. Thanks for that.
It's too warm for running around, isn't it?
It felt like an invasion.
Do you like it?
I did, yeah.
Do you feel good? Do you feel empowered?
No, yeah, I do. Yeah. I've got a head cloth now. No one told me you were going to have to sweaty heads when you did this.
It looks good, dude.
Facebook's super busy already, you know. Fano's here, first time watching live for Dave. Natalie's happy. John said that was so wrong.
One sec.
Go on.
Hutchmamp. Hello. He just said you got to say hello to me at least once. Hello. Yeah, who else we got on the Book of Face there? Well, the happy people.
Yeah, Tanya's there. We got sex offenders. Just sent us a picture that says whack mozzie. So there we go. Like bringing the
a mosquito.
No.
Oh.
It is ladies in hijabs.
Oh right. Okay.
And there's and it's Jewish caricatures doing the whacking as well. So there we go.
Oh, that's
offender.
nice. Yeah, there we go. Off to a good start on Facebook.
The hearts are out outranking their likes already as well. Good people, Mark, Natalie, James, Fano, and Sex Offender. They're all over it with the arts. Thank you so much.
Superb. I did too much running up the stairs to have an idea, into toilets there to do this, out here do that, and fuck no. I'm 45.
Oh.
I'm out of shape. All the weight I lost, I put back on. Because I'm a fucking idiot.
It was worth it.
Got tits. It's dreadful. There's probably sweat underneath them like a large... No. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. Super Res for me says, did you two get matching outfits too? No. Peter Hart says, Graham is a mini-me.
Yeah, this is a one-time deal, by the way. This was...
He had all this done last week. He set it up during the game face thing, and then something went wrong with the streaming system outside of here. So it's like we couldn't do the live league show because there was no way I was just going to do it on Facebook and YouTube or whatever. Not going to happen. Has to be on live league. So we just went home.
I know, and I'd specifically, I had my old ponytail that I'd wore under a hat for game face. I had the full beard for game face, and everything was planned. I'm just sat there with my skinhead like, oh, okay, shit.
Owen Kelly says 45, my ass 55. No, I'm 45, I'm 46 this year. Don't worry, Owen, you're from the south of Ireland. You're going to look about 80 by the time you're 40, and your main activity will be carrying booze home from Bargain Booze in a carrier bag. So don't worry about me. People say that, you got a great beard, you should dye it now. I'm getting older. I'm just getting older. This happens when you lead a particularly certain type of life. This is the way it goes. Don't be Hayden. Be better. Look like Graham. Look at that. What a haircut. Last haircut you will ever need, boy. The last haircut you will ever need. HTTR24 says, can't have a TW show without Troll Central. You're right, it's never the same. It always breaks my heart when it's not working and things like that. By the way, that Owen Kelly, it's, Eoin.
Yeah.
But I decided you say it as Owen. Or Ian. You can choose, but I think it's Owen.
Hiya, Owen. You all right?
He says he looks 80 anyway. Of course you do. You're from Ireland. That's how it goes. It's just life. It's genetics. What can you do? Dirty Blinsick Chick says, what kind of cancer is it, Graham?
Arse cancer.
And we got Cherry with us tonight. How are you doing, fella?
Oh, mate, the past couple of hours have just been fucking surreal. I've not known where I was.
See you next week.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sound.
Good. Yeah, he'll walk in next week, and instead of the usual thing we put out for him, which is crayons and paper, there'll be a six-pack.
Yeah.
And some herbal things. And when he's getting a bit sleepy...
Fuck off. Not happening.
Be like the Borg, won't
Not
it?
happening.
I reckon another year or two it'll start anyway.
Well, when it does, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Live on air.
That'd be mint. Equick says ball sack cancer. Okay. It's a bit harsh.
No, it's my ass. Thanks for making jokes about it, guys.
Smoke Steve says, do you give notifications somewhere during the week if the show is going to be on or not? Seems random. It's on every week, the same time, unless it's broken. So the TV thing, this is on at 10:30 UK time every Thursday, unless it's broken or one of us is just like, oh, I'm just not feeling it today. Okay. Every Tuesday at 10:30 PM. We do a live radio show on Cogent Radio. You can also listen on triggerwarning.tv/live. Or if you're on Android, you can get the Cogent Radio app. No ads, no tracking, no fuck all. Just clean. You get the radio station live, and you get podcasts. Trigger Warning Podcast, Game Face Show on the left side, and Richie Allen Show, with some more really cool ones coming soon. And we release that as a podcast on a Wednesday, and then the podcast Extra Time comes out on either a Friday or a Saturday. And we're going to set that to specific times as well. Let's have a look here. Fat Belly says free Tommy. What do I have to do to get a free Tommy? I've seen that a lot on Twitter. Free Tommy, and they've not told me what I need to do to claim mine. I'm asking you.
I'm glad you weren't pointing to me.
I don't know,
I'll ask
man.
you next.
I'm terrible at getting free stuff, man. I can get a discount. Is that like love a bit of Aldi, but I'm
We'd
not,
all love a free Tommy.
yeah, free Tommy.
I'm up for a free Tommy.
Chilled.
Dirty Blin Chick says, if you think you're out of shape, Hayden, why not go to the gym or something? I've never thought about it, mate. Never thought about it. You know, I guess, I don't know, is that what you do to get in a different shape?
I don't know, that's why I became a bike wanker, you know.
Since I cut out the sugar, I lose about £1.5 a month. It's not a lot, but it's added up to £5, and that'll do. I'm not in a rush. My heart's okay at the moment, touch wood. So, while the heart's okay, and there's no diabetes, and my feet aren't falling off, and, you know, everything else seems to be working okay.
I was like 3 stone over the past 5 months.
Cancer.
Yeah.
In fact, AIDS. AIDS.
AIDS.
You've walked too close to someone that's giving off the spores. That's how you catch AIDS. It's full blown.
Spores.
That's what it is. The eggs, the HIV eggs get inside you, probably down your Jap's eye, and they go in your body, and they just sit there, and then when they hatch, that's when you're full blown, and you give off spores. So you learn shit on trigger warning. Okay, let's have a look here now. Like Last Dance just said, if he went to the gym, he'd be out of shape and out of money. I used to be a gym wanker when I was in my 20s. I used to go like 3 or 4 times a week. Then I broke my back and fucked that off because it hurt. And last 10 years, I'm just really fucking lazy. So there we go. Right, we are going to talk about Tommy Robinson and freedom of speech in the UK and Europe in particular, because everything's always about America, and you know, we need to give those guys a break so they can sit there and shout freedom a lot and polish their AR-15s. Before we do we have any emails yet, Cherry? Not one. That's great. It's live at Trigger Warning TV. Get them in. Cherry will read them out really well. Anything on social I should be aware of?
No, a lot of love for my hair. There's a few people on the live page saying, why is Hayden looking tubby?
Because I'm tubby.
We've had a shout out from, oh God, why did I click off it before I said it?
Do you know what I think it is? I've taken the sun.
Yeah?
I have.
I've taken the sun so I don't look like my usual wraith-like slim self.
I've not got a lot, so I've got...
I look like a fucking chiseled bronze statue holding the world up.
That's it, yeah.
We're getting a lot of love, a lot of likes on Facebook. There's loads, you know, Axel. There's too many to count, actually. Free Ambien demands for that. Martin's very happy. He's giving us a lot of smiles.
Ambien makes you racist.
Apparently, yeah. Again, with the mini Hayden comments, we've got Axel Foley there saying that.
That's meant that.
Cherry will shave his head for a 20 bag, apparently. So there you go on that.
Only one way to find out. Ain't gonna fucking happen, no.
And that's it. Oh, and we've got the YouTube as well. I didn't have YouTube a bit ago. There's a good bit of chat there. Everyone's dead happy and all the rest of it. Apparently we look related like royals. I look like your little brother. I hate it when teats sweat. What? and more. YouTube, whilst we're live, YouTube tends to be very self-contained, very strange conversations.
That's on the hidden away YouTube.
Yeah.
We have to shh. Keep it to yourself. Oh, of course, because I mentioned breaking my back. H broke his back on Brokeback Mountain, says the American. Says the America, the country where for some reason when you go in prison, you love fucking men.
I know, yeah.
Doesn't happen here. In America, the minute they get in prison, can't wait. I'm either going to get fucked or do some fucking. Or both. Or every time you're in a tent with another man, I can't quit you. You never saw the British go, I just can't get over you. Doesn't happen. You American chaps, you got a thing about gay, hugging, and nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging. I'm not homophobic. You can fuck each other all you like, but don't project. That's all I'm saying, Last Dance. You've had a cockatoo, but we haven't all. And it's okay. You're allowed to enjoy the Belmit as much as you want.
There is a weird thing in the States, isn't there? With like, oh, well, you know how it goes in prison.
Oh,
you
they
know,
love
like,
fucking
yeah.
each other in prison.
But like, I don't think they realise that the rest of the world isn't like that. It's not.
I think Africa's a bit like that. I watched that Ross Kemp thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was some scary prison buggery going on. But in the States as well, they love it.
Yeah.
They love it the minute they go in prison.
The rapes.
That's all they can think about.
It's difficult. I was looking into the rape statistics, and by some readings, more men than women get raped in America.
Because they love ass.
It's crazy. Like, you wouldn't think it going off the media and all the rest of it.
You know how the American guys are always like, I love you, bro. foreplay. They're waiting to see how you respond. And if you go, I love you, bro, cock, ass, in, bang. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. What you guys do consensually. I know the prison thing isn't always consensual, which I think you could work on a little bit, because there's probably people in there that would let you do it. Or maybe that's not as much fun. I don't know. But apart from that, it's okay. Whatever you want to do. You know, it's fine. HTTR says, there are no men in the UK to be gay. I hate to tell this to you, HTTR. We don't walk around thinking we need a gun to be safe. We don't go, I love you, bro. We don't have psychoanalysts very much. And in this country, our men can't even be trusted to have glasses for their beer in the pub. They have to have a plastic. Do you know why we're not armed in the UK? Because they're all fucking mental over here. And the plastic thing's true. Go in any pub in the city centre, you get plastic cups. Because we can't be trusted with glass. The minute you give us a glass, they put it in someone's face. Not like you pussies over there. You've watched a few John Wayne movies and you think you're all that. No. No, we don't need a gun to be safe in this country. A sock with a snooker ball in it. That's all we need in this country. Real men. Real men. We drink proper tea.
What's that?
Like pool, but more boring. It's a terrible fucking game. If you don't know what snooker is, don't look at it. It's dreadful. US boss says UK calls for ban on pointed kitchen knives. Bunch of sissies. He's reading things on like InfoWars and shit, isn't he? Headlines are, well, that must be true. That must be true. The neck-deep Muslims can't use knives. They got guns like me. I'm free. I'm free. Pussy. Yeah, if you need a gun, yeah, you're a pussy. Use your fists like a man. Fight naked. Naked without the sex with other men, though. Go camping with other blokes. Try going camping without shooting anything or fucking. If you can do that, you'll be half as manly as the UK men. Some UK men. I mean, everyone here is obviously terrifically manly. But, you know, there's some guys out there that aren't so manly. Not quite as, you know, savage as we are.
No, you like it.
Is this the 1 week I get described as manly then?
Oh, you look butch as fuck. You look good.
Well, we'll be back to normal next week.
What, you're going to grow it back by next week?
Sissy bastard.
Cup of Tea said, congratulations to Man United on losing the FA Cup. Yeah, they did, didn't they? And Liverpool. Oh, what a shame.
Hey, they did well, though. They did well.
Yeah, coming second is always brilliant.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, shh. Shh. The grown-ups are talking. I'm just about to enjoy myself at the expense of some football fans, if you don't mind. Yeah, Liverpool fans. It's our year, fucking hell. It wasn't. It won't be next year either. It's good to be a City fan. Then people shout at me about Arab money and shit like that. An Arsenal fan said, yeah, well, you keep celebrating. Oh, sorry. You keep fucking celebrating while you think of them poor people that died building them big buildings in Qatar for the people that own you. I had to point out, it's Qatarians that sponsor Arsenal, not Man City. All went a bit quiet. Emirates. There we go. Who else have we got in here? You will. That wasn't even in fucking English. I can't even read that. Graham looks like an after photo if Haydon lost weight. And a few years. He's a young, fit, healthy, virile man. Not a broken down old bastard like me. You know?
I'm getting there, man. I'm catching you up.
Eoin Kelly says better City than United. Damn right. Damn fucking right. And certainly better than the bin dippers. Can't be doing anything with the bin dippers. It's football, HTTR 24. It's a game that's played by kicking a ball with your foot, as opposed to picking it up and running about with it wearing a crash helmet before retiring to the showers to rub oil on each other and indulge in buggery, which we've already established is what you American chaps do.
Before you get onto it, I know you will anyway, but Dave has said a little background on Tommy R would be appreciated.
Yes, we're going to go.
There's been no media about it in my country.
What country is he in?
I don't know, but can you...
Tell us.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know.
Greenland.
But you've got the internet. Go on things. Well, but then again,
Again, we won't have a show.
There's wading. There's wading through the bullshit, though, isn't there? And there has been a hell of a lot of bullshit.
Well, I didn't bring my extensive notes that I use for the podcast because I didn't think I was going to have to talk about it twice in 1 week. But of course, we are. Tommy Robinson has been sentenced to 13 months in prison for contempt of court. People are up in arms. It splits into two camps, this basically. There's people on the left that are celebrating, yeah, the Nazi got what he deserved. It's for what he said and his blatant racism. Ah! The people on the right, oh, his freedom of speech, the Muslims, oh, it's because of them. And you know what? You're both fucking wrong. You're absolutely wrong. There's barristers talking about this. Barristers. Actual barristers, which are like really, really fancy solicitors. And people on the internet who have read headlines on InfoWars are telling them they are wrong. The fact is, he was already on a suspended sentence for contempt of court for doing a very similar thing, threatening a trial. There could have been a mistrial or a retrial. So with this case, once the cases got started, it wasn't one trial. They're trying, I think it's 20-odd people in this. So they're not all in the same courtroom. There's a series of trials, so they put a temporary gagging order on the press so that the trial is kept as pure as possible, so the jury remain as untainted as possible by mainstream media until the end of the trial. It is temporary. What Tommy did, and he knew he shouldn't do this because at his previous sentence for the same thing, he was told in no uncertain terms, this isn't about freedom of speech, this isn't about Muslims, this isn't about your opinions, this is about contempt of court and threatening the sanctity of a trial. They gave him 3 months, suspended for 18 months. So he was sentenced to 3 months in prison, but told if he was a good boy for 18 months, it would be spent. If he was bad and committed another offence within those 18 months, he would serve the 3 months plus whatever sentence he was given for the second offence. He was told this. They told him, we're not going to send you to prison because we do believe you could come to harm. So this time we're going to spare you. We won't be able to next time. The notes were released by WikiLeaks of his previous hearing. It's all out there. It's all available. The judge was very explicit and he understood. He went outside this trial. He videoed the accused. He had his say on the accused. And you're thinking, well, it's freedom of speech. But no, there's a gagging order. It's contempt of court. He knew he shouldn't do this. He knew he shouldn't do this. He was fully aware. He was arrested for breach of the peace, which is a reasonable thing to be arrested for. He wouldn't have been in prison for that. He wouldn't have even been charged. He'd have just been released after a couple of hours. That just sent him on his way. But he was arrested for that and then taken before a judge regarding the contempt of court, where he admitted his guilt. Apparently, I shouldn't say plead guilty, because despite there being a legal framework out there and legal evidence of people doing that, I was called a moron for thinking you plead guilty, even when a barrister backed me up on it. You know, you could, but whatever. He admitted his guilt. He apologised. He said he certainly hoped that he didn't affect the trial. And he was sent to prison. It's not a full-blown trial, contempt of court. It's a hearing. They're often dealt with very, very quickly, as swiftly as possible, and away you go. Now, if there was anything wrong with that hearing and the decision, I'm sure he'll appeal. And if it was wrong, he'll probably be successful. So, if it wasn't, he'll probably end up doing about 5 or 6 months, I imagine. And regardless of anything, don't wish harm on the guy. I hope he stays safe inside, because we do have a problem with some Muslim gangs inside prison, and we all know Tommy's not very popular with Muslim people, to say the least. But people are up in arms. Why would you need this gagging order? It's stupid. It's freedom of speech. It's fucking not. If you taint that trial, everyone thinks, oh, the jury shouldn't fall for it, but they can't be seen to be swayed by an opinion. And Tommy was recommending people share this video far and wide whilst he live streamed. Not only that, defence lawyers, do you think for 1 second they wouldn't use everything they could to get their clients off, either by a mistrial or put it off for a retrial? Other reasons, victims, the most important people at a trial. If there's a retrial, they have to go through it all again, have to give evidence again, have to be cross-examined again, reliving the pain again and again until it gets done right. If it's a complete mistrial and no retrial is there, there's the potential of guilty people walking free. And then there's the accused. Many people assume the guilt. That's the court of public opinion. The problem with the court of public opinion is the people sat on the bench aren't always the brightest. Many people who follow Tommy and similar will have decided the guilt of these men, and they probably are guilty. But they might not be. So if their identities are protected, if they're found not guilty, and they aren't guilty, surely they deserve to go back to their lives. I don't mean just the ones in this trial, any trial that has this kind of order on there. Because you know yourselves, guys, if there's a guy out there and he's on TV and someone's pointed to him saying he's being tried as a paedophile in this massive case, no matter what the court says, no matter what not guilty, no matter what evidence there is, he's carrying that shit for the rest of his life. As soon as the trial's finished, if they're found guilty, they are named. They are named. You get their name, you get their rough address. I think the street and area, not the house number. That's put out there. Now, the gagging order was lifted by a reporter. I've forgotten her name now because I say all my notes for this are at home. I wasn't intending on going into this as deeply today. And the courts understood that with everything going on and everyone screaming about it and all the details out there and the people on the right pushing it as this issue and that issue, it was already tainted. So they've lifted the gagging order, but luckily, it looks like everything's going to go okay with the trial, but we will get more information about Tommy's hearing, I'm sure, which she was present at. This lady, by the way, I wish I could remember her name. It might be on here, actually.
Samantha, wasn't it? No.
Stephanie.
Because I know that
yeah, you had a thing for the name, didn't you?
Yeah, gets me that name.
Right, apparently my Wi-Fi isn't working over here today for some reason, so I don't know what the fuck's going on here. It's thinking about it. Connect. Checking network requirements. Connected. Secured. Right, let's just bring this up because it is quite important because...
Stephanie Finnegan.
There we go, Stephanie Finnegan. She writes for Leeds something or other, doesn't
Leeds
she?
Live.
Leeds Live and something else she's doing further qualifications soon. She's been receiving some wonderful threats from Tommy Robinson supporters, wishing that she would be raped and murdered because she's protecting Muslims by having Tommy sent down. Of course, that isn't the case. The truth is, no matter where you stand in it, no matter what filter you use, he broke the law. He knew he was breaking the law. It was contempt of court. He admitted it. He admitted his guilt, and he apologised. So regardless of anything else, what you might think of the UK media, and if you do think they're protecting these vile fucking Muslim, Pakistani paedophile gangs, whatever you believe, it has no bearing whatsoever on Tommy Robinson. Oh, they're silencing him! Yeah, because he broke the fucking law. He was a fucking idiot doing what he did. No two ways around it. It was a fucking stupid thing to do. He could have sat at home. Without videoing them in front of the court, he could have sat at home, regurgitated the shite he'd read from the paper before the trial, the gag order was put in place, as he did, and still be okay. Could have gone somewhere else, but no, he had to go there. He had to, you know, pull the tiger's tail a little bit, and he got bitten. That's what happened to Tommy Robinson. And like I say, I imagine he'll probably do 5 or 6 months. But he has got quite a few previous convictions, let's be fair. But 5 or 6 months he'll probably do. And hopefully he'll be okay in there. Like I say, I definitely don't wish any harm to the guy, regardless of whether we differ or not. Hopefully he's kept safe, because I think it would be a huge problem should any harm come to that man in prison. He's already being hailed as a champion of free speech and all these other things. He doesn't need to be a martyr as well. So I hope he's okay. I think it'd be a terrible, terrible thing. Just 1988 says that's not what they did him on. Why? What have you read on your website of choice? Because I know for a fact he was sent down for contempt of court. I know for a fact he has. So Yeah, of course, he will profit from this. Tommy's Patreon will do very nicely out of this. We all know that. The woman claims she was threatened. But she was threatened online. She's posted them up there. She's put screenshots up. Now, this is endemic of the problem. People on the left think our side are angels, the right are all evil. HTTR24, I know you identify as more of a libertarian, and that's fine, but you are quite conservative. And you're like instantly mistrustful of this journalist. Instantly. You've decided there are threats. Anyone can say they were threatened. I'm sure the police are looking into it. Or she might not have reported them to the police. She might have been happy just to retweet them. I hope you get raped, all this sort of shit. Vile stuff. But it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And that's just how it is. I believe Raging Bull is thinking of going down to Leeds Crown Court to watch the Free Tommy. Free the man that broke the law. Gathering, I expect. HTTR24, I don't know if she's contacted the police or even cares to. I don't know. I don't know. I saw the screenshots, there you go. But, you know, I'm sure you'd possibly believe it if it was someone else claiming it. Do we have any emails there, Jerry?
We do. We've got 2.
Blimey gosh.
First one from Smoke Steve, saying he's having trouble watching the live stream on his phone. And then the second one from Smoke Steve saying he's resolved it. He can
very
now
pleased,
watch.
Smoke Steve. Well done. Thank you for the update. Good man. How are we looking on social media there, Graham?
Trigger 2018 has said, "Shit, Graham's bald. What the fuck? Next he'll be constipated." He also wants to buy you some soap on a rope.
Ain't gonna drop it.
Why is Andy Parsons sitting in Graham's chair?
You don't fuck off like Andy Parsons. I've got a mate who looks exactly like Andy Parsons.
Just 1988. It was nothing to do with the court. It was everything to do with it.
He's just talking bollocks. Don't worry about him.
And that's it. It's been pretty quiet. I think people were just listening to you. Tommy Robinson is controlled opposition, one of many names he uses.
Oh, yeah, we know Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon is his real name, and he used various pseudonyms and whatever, and he still continues. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
She's also said that there's loads of Alex Jones and InfoWars support. Which is
Free Tommy. Free Tommy.
But we were talking about that on Tuesday, weren't we? The podcast, the fact that people take the piss out of InfoWars. Of course they do, but they also don't necessarily respect the influence it has as well.
Massive reach.
Huge. So whilst loads of people who would never watch it anyway are taking the piss, people are watching it and taking it in.
Of course
and then they're being called idiots for watching it. So it doesn't work. It doesn't help.
HCTR24 says you instantly become a victim when you claim threats. She wasn't acting very much like a victim. She was just showing people. She wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so afraid this is terrible. She's going, look at the shit I have to deal with.
Well, the male judge has had threats as well, so it's not,
it's just Tommy Robinson's followers showing what good chaps they are. They're only anti-extremists, that's all. Yes, we act a bit extreme. We like to take pig's head to rallies, and we don't like any fucking Muslims whatsoever. Yeah, but the problem is you can't talk about anything now. If I talk about, yes, we do have a problem, as I said in the podcast, with these predominantly Pakistani Muslim grooming gangs. There's no getting past it. We do have a problem. So then someone will say to me, yeah, well, 90% are rapists are white. Yeah, well, 86% of our population is still indigenous. So of course it is. It's not me saying white people don't rape. It's not me saying Muslims rape this, that, the other. I'm saying we have a problem with these fucking grooming gangs. And in the UK, it's compounded by, like, the Rotherham Police Force, whichever police force covers them. Could you come and just tickle one of the buttons there for us, Jerry, because the telly's going to go off. It's compounded by them burying it for fucking years for fear of being called racists, and we've seen it with Telford. It's that kind of fucking gross neglect and utter thank you very much, and utter fucking incompetence that creates people like Tommy Robinson. It's that desire to appeal, to be right on, to, oh yeah, no, well, let's just leave him alone, it might be considered racist, which the left will fucking adore. That's what creates Tommy Robinson. You want Tommy Robinson? The left fucking created him. That leftist thinking created Tommy Robinson and all those people that queue up fucking behind him. He's your creation because of this desire to overlook horrific things, to look superficially as if you're better, as if we're nicer people. We'll just overlook that. Fuck that. It's got to stop. It's got to fucking stop. We've got a real problem in the UK and there's no way around it. There's no fucking way around it. It's not Muslims that are the problem. It's the way we handle those Muslims who are not good for our country or our people. You know, it's how we don't really work with them to root out the problems. It's not just up to the Muslim community to find extremists and throw them out, but we don't really work with them because we're too worried about offending everybody. And I've spoken to a couple of Muslims about this, and they don't like this shit either. They don't want to be associated with fucking child rapists and people that explode in concerts full of fucking children. But they're getting tarred with the same brush. It's inescapable. It's going to happen. The more we don't deal with shit, and just because we're frightened of upsetting someone, the worse it's going to fucking be. The worse it's going to be. And this is very much a freedom of speech issue, and I don't like where it's going. Now, the guys on LiveLeak, some of you are thinking, oh, freedom of speech, what do you get on LiveLeak? You can't do this, LiveLeak, you can't do that. It's a fucking website. It's not your life. We do what we have to do to keep that site online. Don't allow racial slurs. Don't allow certain things. Thing is, you're free. If you say it, you don't go to prison. You don't have your fucking life ruined. You might cop a ban and have to start another account. Break my heart. Go to another website. Build your own. Well, you've got the freedom to fucking do it. Looks like net neutrality is going to hang on because the vote through the Senate was very positive, so we might just hang on to that. But the EU, by the way, we'll talk about this soon, are just going to fuck it for everybody pretty soon anyway. But what terrifies me, there's someone called Alison Chablos. I was talking to Richie Allen about it. He was telling me she's a satirist. She does songs about the Holocaust. Essentially, she's not a satirist. She's a fucking Holocaust revisionist. She mixes in those circles. That's what she does. She mixes with those people. I happen to think Holocaust revisionists are fucking scum. They're fucking mental. There's something wrong with them. If it was 6 million, 5 million, 7 million, what fucking difference does it make? Oh, well, they beat us with it. Well, yeah, they don't want to get fucking killed again. Oh, but they run the world. Fuck off, you paranoid prick. You fucking paranoid lunatic. What bothers me is not that Alison Chablos sang songs about the fucking Holocaust or anything like that. It's just another fucking lunatic. She's going to get put in prison for it. I've got a real fucking problem with that. Because it's her opinion on a historical event. Yes, she's wrong. Yes, she's mental. She hangs around with fuckwits that are full of hate and bile and paranoia about Jews. But prison? No, I can't get down with that. I can't hack that at all. It's like, I just don't get it. Count Dankula. Shit poster. Supreme. Very popular at the minute. Probably doing okay. Fucking nearly went to prison for having his pet dog do a Nazi salute. Fuck off! What the fuck is going on in this country? And although people say you know who you're controlled by when it's the people you can't talk about, I put it to you, there's something different. I believe anti-Semitism, I'm going to use that, I know Semitic people and blah, blah, blah. But as I've said before, gay used to mean happy, but you've changed that fucking word well enough. Anti-Semitism is the acceptable form of bigotry, because you can dress it up. You know, and it is wrong that if you're only criticising Israel, you're painted as an anti-Semite. That's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But the reason for it isn't just the Jews complaining. It's the amount of people that hide behind that to just hate Jews. There are a lot of them. You know, I've seen people calling Richie a Jewish cocksucker because he didn't back up that demented fuck from California who's running for, I think, congressman or something else, senator. I've forgotten his fucking name. He's a horrific anti-Semite. Richie wouldn't buy his shit. The guy said Jews are genetically born evil. What a fucking belm. Well, because Richie went, no, you're wrong. You know, you're not a geneticist. Richie was a Jew cocksucker. Of course, of course. But I think anti-Semitism is the more acceptable form of bigotry in this country. Islam, I don't see any reason personally in running around upsetting people. I hate religion, whether it's Islam, Judaism, Christianity. I don't like organised religion. However, I don't hate religious people. And if they follow their faith without trying to put it on my life, I'm fine with that. Staying away from some of the Muslim groups that perhaps would like to put it on my life. I don't do well with that, but I say, you know, you worship your God, you go with your God, you do whatever gets you through the day. If it's not hurting anyone else, more fucking power to you. But if someone wants to draw a picture of Muhammad or call Muhammad a paedophile or any of the other shit they do, who fucking cares? But you could get arrested for it, charged with hate speech. Hate speech is a very dangerous concept. Very dangerous. There'll be people on the left now going, oh, this guy clearly a racist, doesn't know what he's talking about. Hate speech. It's very important we have hate speech laws. Until they touch you. And at some point, they fucking will. Hate speech laws are essentially working towards replacing the blasphemy law we didn't get rid of all that long ago in this fucking country. It's going to be a blasphemy law. You won't be allowed to mock or ridicule religion. Anyone that thinks that's good, are you ever a fucking disappointment to me? You should be able to mock atheists, you know, a lack of belief, any faith you want. It's a religion. And if you're part of that religion, and you think they shouldn't be allowed to mock my God, keep in mind they're non-believers, so they're probably going to whatever version of hell it is you think they are for being non-believers, so leave it to your God to sort out. Leave it to your God. Your God's told you that that's going to happen to him. You know, and if your God commanded you to go and kill him, just hold off, leave him to it. But we can't do that, and it's terrifying what's going on in the UK and in Europe. We are heading down a very, very dangerous fucking path. And as I've said, I wouldn't do a drawing of Muhammad just because he doesn't interest me, any more than I'd do an anti-Semitic drawing or anti-Christian drawing. It doesn't tickle my pickle. I like arguing with these guys. I enjoy it a lot. But that's not what I want to do. I don't see any reason just to piss people off that half of them don't fucking deserve it. But some people want to do that. And I don't know why they can't. I don't know why they can't. What does it matter that his fucking dog gave a Nazi salute? What does it matter? What does it matter that this Alison Chabler sang some stupid fucking song to support her revisionist theories on the Holocaust? What does it matter? Argue with them. Debate them. Don't imprison them. What the fuck is going on here? We've got real problems in the UK and there's no escaping it. There's no getting by it. There's no getting around it. No opinion should be censored. No belief should be censored. Yes, we can't have people directly calling for harm to other people, but the further we go down this road, the more we're going to see characters far more extreme than Tommy Robinson garnering support. The more we're going to see bellends in fucking balaclavas making out that they're liberals when they're anything but fucking liberal. They're hugely intolerant and illiberal people. The UK needs to sort its fucking self out because we're going down a very, very bad fucking road in this country. And it's going to get worse. And if you can argue that and tell me why we're heading to a utopia, I need to fucking hear it because I can't see it. Graham, what's happening on social media that looks like a lot of fun?
No, it was I was a bit slow, but I did manage to get a tickle my pickle picture up when you said it. But then you were moving into quite serious. Before I jump on that though, I think you hit on a very, very important point there in terms of the conflation of Islamophobia and hate for Muslims. You know, it is bringing back how do you
blasphemy laws?
Blasphemy laws, yeah.
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
is. Blasphemy laws by the back door.
We have that weird thing, don't we? Where you're not insulting I'll insult Christianity and everything, and I'll criticise it and all that. But yeah, with Islam, it has been sort of mixed together with Muslims, hasn't it? And it's like,
well, you just wait when the real fun starts. When the ones on the far left that support LGBTQ, XYZ and trans, the rest you got to call them and franks and whatever the fucking names are. Wait till they make it so you can't say a word about intolerant religions. And then you wait till you fucking hear about the amount of people who are incredibly intolerant would like to see all of you guys disappeared.
So, Fano Moore said hate speech laws are cancer. I agree. And but the thing with that, people go, well, you shouldn't be allowed to bully. It's like bullying's something else.
Bullying's completely
Harassment's
different.
something else.
We're perverting these words. It's like racism. People throw that around like it means fucking nothing. But it does. There's a very specific meaning to racism, but it's being watered down and ruined, and it just the whole thing drives me fucking insane. You know, you must do this, you must respect that, you've got to do this. I saw a guy on Twitter fucking railroaded the other day. Do you know what he posted? Men have a penis, women have a vagina.
Really?
He got fucking roasted.
Oh, really?
Roasted alive. Not by the TERFs, they're there going, yeah, fucking right. You know? Roasted. And it's like, but what did he say that was wrong? What did he say that was wrong? Because we've been over this several times, and it's never going to change. If you're born a man, you're a man. If you're born a woman, you're a woman. You can identify as something else. You can ask that people refer to you as something else. But, you know, if someone sees a dog and calls it a dog, or a duck and calls it a duck, you're going to have to suck that shit up. It can't be law like they're doing in fucking... Is that Canada? Canada! Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? It's illegal to misgender people. What do you do like that prick that's going in for the fucking Labour Party who's a woman on Wednesdays? Doesn't change the way he dresses or the way he looks or anything else. Got a fucking beard, but on a Wednesday he's a woman. No, you're not. You're fucking mental. You need tablets, dickhead.
Well, it's
but we're sucking it up in Canada that make that law.
Well, it's a reaction to women-only shortlists, isn't it? And that's what's happening in Canada. And the problem with that is, if you say women-only shortlists, it sounds really good. But then when you actually get to the base of it, it's like, well, what the fuck? Like,
there are certain jobs that have to be women only. For example, working in a unit for women who have come out of violent and dangerous situations. They don't want to be around men. They're women only. Sometimes you might have a job for Afro-Caribbean people only, where it's working with delicate members of that community. You know, there's certain times you need that.
I didn't want a white woman giving me my cornrows that time. No way. I went to a Jamaican lady and I loved it. But I mean,
there's certain things, certain jobs that have to be done by certain people.
Yeah, of course,
And that's fine, but it's getting ridiculous now. And the UK seems to be just going along with it. What the fuck are we doing?
Because it all sounds good.
That's the problem, superficially.
It's got, on a very surface level, it's very well marketed, you know, I mean, like... It's the difference between equality and equity, isn't it? And a lot of people don't realise the difference because they both sound amazing, and they think, oh. I had it when I had to go Anita Sarkeesian, and I had someone messaging me going, feminism is about equality for both sexes, and that was their argument, and I'm like, so I believe in equality for both sexes, but I can still think Anita Sarkeesian's a prick. You know, it's not. There's not.
Here's one. Zug. A woman was making a speech about gender and said men are taller and stronger than women in general, and some leftists started calling her a Nazi.
Oh, I saw that. That was a really good... That was the guy, the tech bro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
James Damore.
How dare... How dare someone point out a biological fact?
Yeah, that's all she said. It was the very start of her intro.
It's biology. It's biology. It doesn't matter, even if you get your tackle cut off or pulled out or whatever... You're still a man or a woman biologically. I'm not saying you don't have the right to be referred to as what you'd like if you ask and people comply, but it's this forced behaviour that terrifies me.
All the biologists had said were men are on average taller. Yeah. That was their cutting off point, which is just a fact. It's a fact. But and they fucking kicked the PA out as well. The absolute little arseholes.
I remember that one. Yeah,
good to go. Good to go. It's where I discovered Helen Pluckrose, who's very
fucking
good.
Disgraceful.
What's happened to the word eunuchs these days? You don't hear that, do you?
A eunuch? That's because we don't know what does that anymore.
Is it transgender now? Or?
No, it's not even close to the same thing. No, a eunuch was a slave who has their genitals removed.
Dave, who is, he's asked, did you see the Monk debate about political correctness with Stephen Fry?
No.
I did, and I was really disappointed because I like Jordan Peterson, but I don't see enough people who are competent debating him, you know, going, because there's always different perspectives and it's important to hear everything. They just put that racist Michael Dyson in front of him. He was fucking fucking awful. And then some wishy journalists didn't know shit. It was severely disappointing. I wanted it to be a proper battle, but it was very good.
Didn't watch it.
Mr. Kill has said PC culture is to blame.
Well, political correctness. You know that the trope, isn't it? It's political correctness gone mad. Political correctness at its core is politeness. And although I do this show and F and blind and call people all names, I was raised to have manners. Always, I usually call people sir, and things like that. It's just the way I was brought up, and I try and bring my son up that way because manners to me are a strength, not a weakness. At its core, that's what it is. But like everything else, it's been taken over and fucking destroyed to turn it into this insane thing. It's like on Live Leak, we do have some rules about racial slurs, and that's very simple. They take over a site, you end up swamping them. Go and look at some of the other sites they carry, like edgy media, and you'll see that. And it makes it hard to keep the site going. You have to make a choice. What's more important? And people say to me, "Oh, you just don't want to upset people." I know, because a racial slur, we mustn't upset people. Oh, have you seen this video of this Chinese man cutting off by a bus and he's still waving his fucking hands around? I mean, that's not upsetting. That's jolly. You have to make your choices. You have to do certain things. You don't want to destroy your site. You don't want to end up with like porn ads. There's choices you have to make. But it's not about political correctness. When people say to me, "You're just a leftist and politically correct," have you heard this shit I come out with on here? You can't call people spastics if you're politically correct. You can't do it. Well, you never criticise Islam. I do, quite often. You don't criticise Judaism. I do, quite often. I just don't focus on it completely and let it encompass my entire being to the point I'm terrified of every Muslim or Jew I fucking meet. Doesn't make me special, probably makes me apathetic. But I get through life without having my head cut off, or I get the, I don't know, Jew me up too much, whatever it is they do, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably Jewiness, I guess, I'm not sure. Or get Jesus up. I tend not to get Jesus up either. How are we looking on social media there, Graham? Because we're actually going to run out of fucking time.
Cup of Tea has said, does anyone want a Cherry Graham sex tape?
Patreon.
I've seen it.
You've seen it, you directed it.
Smelled it.
Bob Stew said there's always a few quid in spreading bullshit, whatever side people take. Greed seems to be the root of it. Yeah, it's true, it's true. Fano said, being called a racist was an insult. Now, because it has been overused and misused, the term no longer carries any weight, and the real racists sit back and laugh. I also had a geez, that was a fast hour.
It was very, very quick.
Awesome Source said manners took thousands of years for the West to develop.
Yeah.
Well, not just the West, everyone's got...
The Far East, big on manners.
Yeah, they don't like...
There's cultural differences in manners.
There's truth in that.
Well, we do know that our society is the superior one, Graham. Western society, we do know that. I mean, you tell me all the time. That and what is it? What's the other one you come out with all the time? White is right.
Fuck off.
Which I don't really understand.
It depends how you measure...
Show us your swastika, Graham.
No, it depends how you measure in superiority. But I would rather live in a country where they're not sewing up women's vaginas at birth.
Yeah, but they do that fucking here. It's been illegal since what, fucking 1990, not one conviction. Not fucking one. No, we don't think it would help to convict these people. I do. I think it would help, and if found guilty, I mean, I don't believe in the death penalty, but certainly hit them around the head for a while with a fucking brick. Maybe sew up their fucking genitals. Not one conviction. Do you know why? It's not racially or culturally fucking sensitive. Girls are being mutilated in this fucking country, and the cunts are getting away with it. Because, right on. And when you bring this up, it's pushed under the carpet. You're only saying that because it's Muslim or Middle Eastern or African. No, I'm saying it because little girls shouldn't have their genitals mutilated. Nor should little boys, come to think of it. I don't even believe in allowing kosher or halal slaughter. So I'm certainly not down with fucking female genital mutilation.
In the UK, sorry, not even in the UK, in England, in the single year, 2016-17, there were 5,391 newly recorded cases of
This
FGM.
country's fucked. This country's fucked. And every one of you pricks in fucking university right now, sort your shit out. We fucked it. You're only making it worse. So stop being pussies, fucking man up, say spastic once in a while, insult Allah. Ask Jews if that unscrews on the top of the head, whatever it takes, because you're not hurting people by doubting their beliefs. If someone says, ooh, I like it when you call me a lady, don't be afraid to say, I don't know what the fuck you are. I don't know how to address you. And then walk away, live your fucking life. People are going to get upset no matter what you do, and the harder you try to upset no one, the more you're going to upset fucking everyone and lose liberty after liberty after liberty and create more fucking monsters and racists and Nick Griffins and shit like that. Get your fucking act together. You're supposed to be liberals. You're acting like fucking fascists. People on the far right, the ones that don't like people of colour, or immigrants, they're fucking spastics. But you can't legislate them out of existence. You know, and the more you push them into a fucking corner, the more compressed and dense it's going to become. And then we end up with some real fucking problems. And we've had them in this country before, fucking race riots and all that shit. We don't want to go back to that, but it's what's going to happen. The further you force people into a corner, make demand after demand after demand for things they might not even fucking understand, because you're so fucking enlightened. Don't want to. I tell you right now, some of the people you protect so hard will turn on you in a fucking heartbeat. If we want diversity and unity, we have to learn to live with each other. That means tolerating us. Tolerate everyone's beliefs. Throw that fucking phrase, cultural appropriation. Throw that fucking thing away for a start. That's a load of bollocks. That used to be a sign of diversity and communities coming together. Now all of a sudden, if you wear a sombrero in America, cultural appropriation. Bah. So come on, guys. If you're one of the younger people, don't be like that. Don't be like that, and don't fall for this hate speech bullshit. Now, before we check the mails and move on and get ready to close the show. Oh, here we go. Just 1988 says the right wing are more educated than the left in some cases. Just not yours, but in some of them, yeah, of course they are. There's educated people, but the way of thinking, actual racism, real racism, it's a retarded process. It's a retarded thought process. Same as the extreme far left. Retarded thought processes. But you can't group people. That's the problem with the identity politics. It's forcing people to choose a side, and no one exists like that. You know, no one should exist like that. It just makes it easier to fucking manage and to market to. Makes you a more amenable fucking consumer. I only listen to Fox. I only listen to CNN. Enjoy the adverts, for fuck's sake. The EU, I did post about this earlier. I'm going to talk about this next week. It's fucking great. Some new copyright shit they've dreamed up for the internet that's going to break the fucking internet for everyone. One of the things, because the EU, you know, that the beacon, you like the EU, don't you, Graham?
I love it.
You love them. And you know what you're really going to love? The fact they want to bring in, and they're seriously considering this, a link tax.
Yeah, I heard about
that.
That
all publishers have to charge you for anything. Do you know how many people that's going to put out of business?
I know.
And you voted to stay with them Nazi fucking scum in fucking Belgium. You disgraceful, weak fucking human being.
Is he from some sort of...
They're going to kill the internet. They're going to scupper your human right. They're going to fuck everything. But more and more of this draconian fucking PC bullshit to protect German financial interests, and you put them before your own country and daughter. You fucking animal. You should be ashamed. Get on the phone, ask if you can change your vote. Sort your life out.
Yeah, because
Finished. I've said it. It's fact. That's what the EU were going to do.
I love it. Like, we can have all these nuanced conversations and bring up all this. As soon as it's EU, it's like, fuck you, Graham.
But the problem with the EU, it's like every other thing, okay? Oh, but this is good. Yeah, but they're doing this that's going to fuck everything. Hitler had some good points. He did. Do you know what he also had? Few fucking really bad points. And unfortunately, I couldn't say, well, at least he makes the trains run on time. I mean, yes, he kills the Jews and the gypsies and the handicapped, but, you know, his moustache is marvellous. And that's what people like yourself are doing with the EU. Freedom of movement. Yeah, but it's shit. Doesn't matter. Freedom of movement. I'm going to concentrate on the nice things. The EU hate you, Graham. They hate you.
With a passion.
Okay.
We need Brexit. We need it. And do you know what the best thing is? It's looking really bad in the EU now with what's going on in Italy. They fucking put a ringer in Italy to get them under control. A ringer to fucking get them under control. If Italy crash out, Europe's fucked. Because if we leave and Italy crash out...
Why are you so happy saying this? It's like our economy is just going to go down. And ours,
but if what's happening in the EU means our economy will be better...
They still drag us down with it.
No, fuck them.
We're not going to just like,
Fuck 'em.
we're not going.
Fuck them, they can sink on their own. Bye, chaps. The Galileo project. They're going to lock us out of that. We did most of the fucking work on that prick. The only good thing Britain's done in ages where they stood up and went, well, fuck you, if you don't let us, we'll build our own. France is not happy about this. They want us involved. Germany doesn't want us involved. Do you know why? 2 world wars and 1 World Cup.
They still. Imagine if Germans were still bothered about the World Cup. Like
Definitely are. 2 world wars and 1 World Cup.
It's like the way Americans always say 1776, and I didn't even know that date was a thing until I went to America and someone went, "Hey, it's not 17." So I was like, I literally had no fucking clue what they were talking about.
Well, they were right. It's not 1776.
Yeah, it's like, well done.
Well,
yeah.
76 or 66.
It was kind of the American War of Independence.
Ah, right.
It was a big thing for Americans.
Yeah. Americans don't read enough history to know that the entirety of Europe was also rebelling against the exact same governmental system, but bless the little faces. So Trigger 2018 has said political correctness makes you go mad, and in fact they were after fucking everyone else got there. Well, no, I'm not going to get into American history. Political correctness makes you go mad. Just look at Hayden. He used to be a right hard nut. Now he's a wannabe snowflake. What a tit.
Hang on, what have I just been saying for nearly an hour? I'm really confused.
Nick said,
confused. Hang on, I've got to stop. Just one sec. Am I politically correct?
I don't know. No, I think it was...
When I speak to you not on camera. I mean, to be honest, I'll swing right and left depending on who I'm talking to.
Yeah, you do it to me constantly.
I enjoy it.
In fact, that's it. When we're talking about Europe, you then treat me as if I'm super woke. You're like, oh, great. you fucking, like, zero intellectual capability. Nick has said, people have rights, ideas shouldn't have rights, and religion is essentially ideas.
Yes, absolutely.
It's true.
The only right you should have is not to be persecuted for your beliefs. I mean, I detest religion. I dislike religion. I don't like saying I'm an atheist because that's turned into some kind of fucking club as well. I don't want to be in a fucking club because I don't believe in something. That's fucking stupid. You know, it just makes no sense to me. I don't play football, but I'm not in a club to not play fucking football.
Yeah, it's the lack of...
But as much as I detest religion, I have to support people's rights to believe in what they want. I have to do that as long as it's not imposed on everybody else. I have to. It's just that's the way. It's how I'm wired.
What about religious people on average live longer and happier lives?
Yeah, longer and happier lives. Yeah, of course they do.
Well,
you can tell it by the way they're all so fucking relaxed.
I'm just putting out. I'm talking on average. On average.
Do you know why? They suck the life out of the rest of us. They fucking pull the goodness out of you.
Get free wine.
I just think it's nice to consider things like that sometimes, you know. Dave said it's a top rant. A different David said, sane right distance themselves from insane right, but sane left do not distance themselves from insane left. Well, it's harder to tell.
Sane
isn't it?
people distance themselves from insane people. And it's so fucking convoluted now. It's so ridiculous that people even think of themselves as right or left. I don't get that. I don't see the need. Mike Oxmore said Hayden got his Antifa tattoo. Yeah, my Antifa tattoo. I'm historically very supportive of Antifa. There's not at all been videos about me talking about those fucking pimply pricks in fucking balaclavas, has there?
I think he got it right, didn't he? Saying they were vegan ISIS. I thought that
Vegan
was
ISIS.
spot on. The shittest terrorists on
I've
the
heard it
planet.
all now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Who was that from?
Oh, what's he called? Trevor Noah.
That's beautiful.
He got in loads of shit for it as well.
Vegan
how
ISIS.
dare you? And he wasn't even that bad. He just said, look, if you're trying to make change, then maybe try not to look like you're giving the impression that you're a vegan ISIS. That's all he was saying.
Fascist,
and it was just pictures of them all like, oh, of course they're fucking fascists. Nick said, if cultural appropriation is an issue, we're going to need to leave algebra in the Middle East, tea in India, widescreen TVs in Japan, and traffic lights in Detroit. So there you go.
Whatever. It's like when you see some of the guys here, predominantly Muslim guys, that wear, but they look a bit like pajamas.
Yeah.
And they say, well, it's cultural. Well, that's cool. It's fine. Whatever. I don't see the point, but yeah, it's cultural. Why are you wearing Nike trainers? Because I know a guy that converted to Islam. I don't know. I see him. He's a client of one of the businesses here. He's got a big ginger beard. And I was chatting to him once, and I said, but what I don't get is, I understand you wanted to convert, it's fine, whatever, but why do you dress like that now? I said, there's no dress code in Islam that I know about. He said, well, it's cultural. I said, you ginger. You're really pale and ginger. Your culture is not the garb of the desert dweller. You come from much colder, darker places. But he said, but then he said, and the truth is, well, it makes me feel a part of it. And I thought, oh, fair enough.
Yeah. If you do,
all I wanted to do was know. He was getting defensive. He's like, no, I actually just want to know. Yeah. I won't buy cultural. Tell me why you want to. And he was open enough to do that.
Asking for some knowledge, aren't you? And some people take it offensively, unfortunately.
Well, it just made me laugh when he said cultural.
But that's good though. If it makes him feel part of his
makes him
religion,
feel a part of a community he's happy
great.
in, I couldn't give a flying fuck. The big ginger beard is a problem. At least if he dyed that'd be better.
How big was it?
It's a proper beard,
right.
proper Muslim fucking no tash, big beard thing.
I miss my beard already.
Yeah, but ginger.
It's gone just for that one few
Sweet.
seconds.
Would you just keep the tash?
Yeah.
Go for the porn tash. Yeah, of course, man.
Go for a Hitler tash.
Yeah.
I'll be great.
Oh yeah, little Hitler tash. That'd be beautiful.
Could do a Hitler tash.
Right, I did once.
Yeah.
I was about 18, 19. Shaved when my dad went up the fucking wall. He was really not impressed. I was about 19, yeah, because it was the first time. It was in before I started going bald. I shaved my head, and I had this Chinese ponytail. So I'd undone that, pigtail thing, the back end, and I brushed it round like a Hitler side parting. And I went in with that, and my old man just looked at me and went, "What the fucking hell are you doing?" Happy days. Happy days. But I always was the more difficult son, I guess, so we just have to go with that. Didn't suit me though. To be honest, it doesn't. It doesn't. I look like a Nazi bear. It's not a great look. As if this is particularly better. But do you know what? We've run over by a considerable amount here.
Yeah. My laptop just overheated again, so
Cuppa T said H burnt his arm taking the gammon out the oven. I'm a fucking pure gammon. I'm shared the racism part, gonna admit, but everything apart from being a racist, I'm proud to be a gammon. Middle-aged and white. I'm a full-blown fucking gammon. Can't do the racist thing, but I'll own that shit. I'll make it mine. You're like black people took back the N word. I feel like such a dick saying that, but I've got to.
Yeah.
The N word. I'm taking backgammon.
Backgammon.
So, hang on. Let's just try this out. Graham,
Yeah?
what's up, my gammon?
Hey, gammon. I can't do it yet. I need a bit of time to get comfy with it. You alright, me gammon? What's going on?
How's it going, gammon? You see, it works. Yo, my gammon!
The weird thing is, though, you're mixing gammon with yo ma.
It's
That
all right.
word's gonna lose
Well,
all
I
meaning
can't
soon.
eat me gammon. How's that doing?
Apparently, Weatherspoon doing nice gammon and egg.
I do like gammon and egg.
I do.
I don't know why they put a ring of pineapple on it.
I know, it's fucking sick. That.
HCTR24, a gammon is a middle-aged white man, possibly racist, or at least deemed to be racist by the sort of people that would call you a gammon. So I guess that means not a politically correct snowflake. So I am a gammon. Full-blown gammon. I'm quite proud of it, especially when I've been in the sun a bit. It's nice. So I'm proud. Gammon and proud. I'm going to make that t-shirt. I'm going to get Gay Press. That's coming out on Gay Press. Gammon and proud. Fuck you, I'm gammon. Yes. Are you gammon and proud, Graham?
No, but I do enjoy it. What?
Should be proud.
Do you want me to be gammon
It's
and
a
proud?
privilege.
Yeah, but the thing is, right,
Gammon power.
like if I was black, I wouldn't use the N word. I don't
Yeah,
like.
you would.
You
You'd
know,
well exercise that right, wouldn't
do you know what I mean?
Well, gammon's
Throwing it
alright.
about all over
So in the
place.
same way, like, but I don't just like it is a racial slur. Of course it is, but I'm
Would
not.
you rather be a pork chop?
I want to be your little bacon,
A sausage?
you cheeky sausage.
My little chipolata. This is going nowhere
Getting a
good.
bit too fucking.
So yeah, I'm a gammon. My gammon better have my money. Being careful because I know I'm going to say something wrong in a minute. I'm going to say something really fucking wrong.
You're right on the edge there, aren't
It'd be like a personal phone call, won't it?
You're tickling that pickle again, Aiden.
Yeah, nothing good will come of that. Nothing ever good comes of that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you commented on Facebook or YouTube, I'll do my best to go and have a look at anywhere else. Troll Central, you've been fucking beautiful as ever. That was really hard using that word for those guys. Not going to lie. But thank you so much. And we've said it before, and it's not false sincerity. The fact that you would spend your time with us really is an honour because, you know, we do this shit because we enjoy it. You know, this isn't... There's no movement here. We don't claim to be we're the resistance. I'm not selling you any fucking pills to make you hard, soft, or more clever. We just do this because we enjoy it, you know, and because there's shit to talk about and it's good to talk. So I genuinely appreciate the time you spend with me here. And, you know, if you're watching this later from one of the uploads or anything, please share it. That's all we need. That'd be brilliant. So thanks for watching. Are you going to say goodbye, boys?
Goodbye.
Bye.
I didn't.
How super camp was that? You're no longer a gammon.
That's the thing. You can call me something shit, but I think gammon is just wrong for me.
You're just way too camp to be a gammon.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah.
a bit more
Like,
offensive.
I'd take fag before I took gammon. You know what I mean? At least
You
like
take fag before you sucked gammon.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Hang on a minute.
Off camera.
I'm listening.
I finished the sentence, so there we go. Goodbye, everyone.
Guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. Remember, 10:30 on a Tuesday evening, we do the Trigger Warning Radio. It's myself and Graham on Cogent Radio and triggerwarning.tv/live. The podcast comes out on a Wednesday. We do this show every Thursday at 10 p.m., mostly on the mightyLiveLeague.com. And then extra time, the extra stuff from the podcast is usually released on the Friday or the Saturday. Catch up with us on LiveLeak or at triggerwarning.tv. I'm usually around or on social media at Trigger TV, or if you want to get hold of me personally, it's at Hayden Hewitt. Guys, have a great fucking weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Bye bye.